We're now going to go on to number 23. It looks like they cut it off just a tad, so we'll fix that. But it says Yvonne paid $18.72 for 8 gallons of gas. She then passed by another gas station advertising it for $2.29 per gallon. How much money would she have saved if she had waited and purchased it at the other location? Okay. All right, so here's the first thing I know. She paid $18.72 for 8 gallons of gas. Okay. What is that going to be for 1 gallon of gas? I don't know. How much is she paying per gallon is what we're kind of trying to figure out. Now, you can do 1 times 18, which is just 1872, and then, so cross multiply, and that's 1872. And then I can take that and I can divide by the 8. 8 will go into 18 twice. 2 times 8 is 16. 18 minus 16 is 2. Bring down the 7. 8 will go into 27. 3. 8 times 3 is 24. 27 minus 24 is 3. Bring that 2 down. 8 will go into 32 4 times. Okay, so wherever she was when she filled up her 8 gallons, here's what she was paying for 1 gallon of gas. Okay, so that unit rate, she's paying $2.34 per gallon. Okay, she could have driven down the street and only paid $2.29 per gallon. You can approach this a couple different ways, but I know that for 8 gallons, she paid $18.72. Had she gone and bought 8 gallons from the other gas station, she would have paid $2.29 for each of those 8 gallons. So let's kind of figure that out. 8 times 9 is 72. Put down the 2, carry the 7. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 7 is 23. You put down the 3 and you carry the 2. 8 times 2 is 16, 17, 18. Then, remember, I have 2 digits behind the decimal in my problem, so I've got 2 digits behind the decimal in the answer. So if she'd gone to the other gas station, her bill would have been $18.32. She paid $18.72. So how much would she have saved? Well, she paid $18.72. She could have paid $18.32. She could have saved herself a whopping 40 cents by stopping at that other gas station. Okay. All right, we're now on number 24. It says a postal carrier can deliver to 130 houses in a 2.5 hour period. So first of all, they just told you a ratio. And it says, at this rate, how many hours will it take to deliver to 234 houses? Basically, if they can deliver to 130 houses in 2.5 hours, then they can deliver 234 houses in, we don't know how many hours. So that's what we're looking for. Okay. So we're setting up equivalent ratios. We're going to take these two and we're going to cross multiply. So 234 times 2.5. Notice I have one digit behind the decimal place in my problem, so when everything is done, I will also have one digit behind the decimal place in my answer. 5 times 4 is 20. Put down the 0, carry the 2. 5 times 3 is 15, 16, 17. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1, 11. Placeholder 0. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. 7 and 8 is 15. Okay, and remember, I need one digit behind the decimal place. Okay, so 585 is not my answer because I still have to take that 585 and divide it by the 130. 5, 8, 5 divided by 1, 3, 0. Decimal is right here. Okay. 130. How many times will it go into 585? So 130 times 2 is 260, times 3 is 390. I'm going to go with, I think, 4. We'll see if that's right. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 3 is 12. And 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Let's see. Okay. When I subtract, I get 65. Remember, I need to carry down a 0. How many times will 130 go into 650? Well, 4 times was 520. So we're going to guess 5 times because 650 is a little bit bigger. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 3 is 15. You put down the 5, you carry the 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Perfect. Okay. I have no remainder, and I passed the decimal, so I can stop, and it's 4.5. So if it takes them 2.5 hours to go to 130 hours, it's 130 hours, no, 2.5 hours to go to 130 houses. It's going to take 4.5 hours to go to 234 houses. Okay, so our answer is 4.5. Could I figure out the unit rate in this situation? Yes, I could. Okay, let's do that. Up here, 130 houses takes 2.5 hours. How many houses could be visited in 1 hour? Okay, that would be the unit rate. So again, you kind of do the same process. 130 times 1, that's easy. That's just 130. And then you divide by 2.5. I don't like a decimal out here, so I'm going to move this. But if I move that decimal, I have to move this decimal also. So I'm running out of room. This is really going to be, I'm going to come over here. This is really going to be 1,300 divided by 25. Because like I said, I can do that, but I don't love dealing with decimals out here. Okay, 25 will not go into 13. So I don't need anything in those areas. 25 will go into 130 5 times. 5 times 25 is 125. I'm going to get 5 left over. Bring it down. 25 will go into 50 twice. 2 times 25 is 50. 50 minus 50 is 0. I don't have a remainder, and I got to the decimal, so I get to stop. So if I can, or this postal carrier, they do 130 houses in 2.5 hours. That is a rate of 52 houses in 1 hour. Okay? That's not what the question asked you, but that's what I asked you, so I hope you did the math.